Good evening, everyone. Running not only changes your body, it changes your mind, your attitude, and your mood. I welcome you all to the first episode of Run Pe Charcha. Today, I, Kirti, am the host for the evening, and we have two wonderful guests with us, two inspiring ladies, Commander Priya and Dr. Madhuri. Commander Priya. Commander Priya, she started her running journey in 2019. She is a 44-year passionate runner who believes in hard work, dedication, and perseverance. She is a Navy veteran and she has not ran only half marathon or full marathon, but she's an ultra runner. In 2024, she successfully completed border hell race 100 miles. Sorry, and she has also finished 100-kilometer stadium run in Chandigarh in 2025. In fact, Priya and myself, I think we started our running journey together. We have
Yes,
trained for many years together. We started at Visakhapatnam and for Paderu. I remember the first edition of Paderu. All of us were there
yes,
and all of us were training hard for that. I ran 50K and I think Dr. Madhuri was also there for that edition.
Yeah. Yes.
It
Yes.
was a quite tough trail run, but the most beautiful and very challenging and interesting route we followed.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
otherwise, also Priya and myself, we have trained together on Dolphin Hill, Beach Road, many training runs we have done together, and we have evolved together as a runner.
yes.
So I welcome you, Commander Priya and
Thank you,
Dr.
thank you,
Madhuri.
thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank
Dr.
you, Kirti.
Madhuri also started her running journey 11 years ago. She also has run many half marathons, full marathons, ultra runs, and in 2023, she finished Comrades. And she was the first woman from Andhra Pradesh to finish that. And she was a podium finisher at multiple local and half marathons. And she has done 100K BRM also. And I think Dr. Madhuri, after 2018, we were also, I think Commander Priya and myself, we were running together most of the
Yes.
races.
Yes. Most of the races we are around each other. Yeah.
In
True.
and around Visakhapatnam, we were
Yeah.
together. So
Yeah.
it was real fun running with you guys. So I welcome you, Dr. Madhuri.
Thank you, Kirti.
Okay, so our today's theme, She Runs, She Conquers, celebrates the strength and determination of women. So here are inspiring women, our guests. They will share with us their stories, their inspiring stories, and their beautiful journey. How they started, how they went about, and how they are, what are their future plans, and what are the challenges they have faced during this journey, and how are they beautifully balancing their career, their family life, and their passion. So there are a few questions which I'm going to ask them. So let's start. Just give me a minute. Okay. So let's start with Dr. Madhuri. What inspired you to take up running and what keeps you going? Dr. Madhuri,
In
I think
2014,
she's
I
muted.
used to go.
Ma'am,
No.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Should I repeat?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
No, I got your question. So I had actually joined a gym to, build some stamina because my son was like 3, 4 years and he was hands full. So when I used to run for 10 minutes or 20 minutes on the treadmill, and that felt like eternity, at treadmill, I still can't run on treadmills. It's difficult. So some couple of guys saw me running and they invited me to join them for an outdoor run. And so the first time I ran, they said it will be a 5K, do how much you can. And at 3.5, I remember it was the Geetham Road. and 3.5 was at Geetam incline. And I was ready to give up, and one of the guys made me complete the 5, finish the 5. And I can't tell you how good that made me feel. Like it was kind of winning over your mind, telling you to stop completely. And I think, as you would agree, nobody will stop once they get into running. It keeps you going. You don't need any special efforts. And that was the first edition of Vizag Navy Marathon. And I had participated in the 5K, and I remember how hard I trained for it. Like those were the two runs, like that 5K and Comrades, which I very fondly remember the training. And I finished. I was the first lady finisher, and of course that was a big boost. And yeah, that kept me going to 11 years now. And yeah, I'm hungry for more.
Oh, great. From 5K to comrades. It
Yes.
is great, Dr. Madhuri. And
Thank you.
Commander Priya, can you tell us about your journey? What inspired you to take up running?
First of all, I would like to thank you for having us on board here. It's a privilege to be part of the show. And, ma'am, I've always been very active as a child also. In childhood days and in school days, I used to participate in athletics like 200-meter, 400-meter. I used to
Oh, great.
participate. But then once I came in ninth class, then this running journey almost sports and games almost took a back seat, as the studies were the priority that time. So, but in 2019, as you also mentioned, I ran my first full marathon again in Vishakhapatnam. I just love that place now. And in February 20, I ran my first ultra marathon. And after that, there was no running back. As Dr. Madhuri also mentioned, it gives you immense joy, and matlab, all the other benefits of the running are, of course, comes as a secondary, but the joy once get up in while running is I can't express in words. You have to experience it to feel it.
Yeah, true. I agree. I agree. And I will also add on to this that what triggered my this running journey. You, 2016, my daughter was born, and that time I was diagnosed with gestational. I had gestational diabetes. So that time doctor told me that now it is in your blood. So now it depends on you whether you want to live with it, or you can delay it by doing some physical exercise. So after that I decided that I was doing swimming, and I started cycling also that time. But after that I decided that I should start running. And same like you people, I also ran 5K, and then slowly, and I
Build
agree
it.
that your mind keeps telling you that now you can run 500 meters more, 500 meters more. It is all mind game.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
this is how I started my journey. And other benefits, when you get like weight loss, your pace starts improving. So all these are motivation, additional motivations which you get. So nice to hear that from both of you. So next, Commander Priya, everybody faces some or the other challenges.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you throw light on the biggest challenges you have faced as a woman runner?
Ma'am, as a woman runner, not only as a woman runner, for all the runners, I think it's applicable. There are safety concerns. There was this I just mentioned. I had read somewhere that Adidas group had made a study and conducted a study and they found out that 92% of women are concerned for their safety when they go out for a run. And they had, mind you, this Adidas group had surveyed 9,000 runners over 92 countries. So
Oh,
safety concerns are a major issue not only in India, in whole the world. And you would also agree that for especially for women runners, there is another challenge of scarcity of clean washrooms when we do
yeah,
our long
true.
runs.
We agree to
And
that.
we do have challenges during our menstrual cycle also.
Yeah.
See, there are many physical and hormonal changes which occur during it. And of late I have also I'm also found out that there are in India especially there is a problem of getting the exact fit sports gear also. Like for for girls, for young girls, their sports gears are many available and all different sizes and shapes, but for middle-aged women runners it's a bit of a challenge. So
Okay.
safety concerns of course is a major issue, but
I agree to I agree to that. Dr. Madhuri, can you tell us
Yeah.
the biggest challenges you have faced till now?
I think majorly it's like yeah, safety. Vizag is a pretty safe place to run. I've never touched wood, never felt unsafe anywhere, and I also make sure I plan my routes accordingly. Like you know, I start a little later. I don't start very early, and if I have to start early, I see that I have somebody along with me. And yeah, my biggest challenge would be phases of the cycle, like the first 15 days, I can do pace, and the next 15 days, it's endurance. So earlier, I would feel like, why I'm not able to perform, which I did the last week. Then I was training with Ashnath, and then he kind of gave me that structure where I was allowed to be a little slower in the second half of the cycle. And yeah, that way, there was no disappointment. You learn to work around your challenges. That's it. Yeah, and gear is also a big. You take a couple of years to find the gear that's just right for you.
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah,
Mm,
I second that. And like you said, for me also, like going alone in the dark,
mm,
and then gear. But it is not only the gear what you are getting. What I have
mm.
realized is what gear you are wearing, that also depends on the place you are running.
Yeah, that's
Like
also
Yeah,
when I
very
go to
true.
my hometown, I cannot wear what I can wear in Delhi to run. This
true.
is one more thing which I face sometimes. Like Delhi, Vizag, nowadays time it has changed a lot. I've seen Vizag growing from like 2004. For the first time, I went to Vizag, and now it has changed. But
Mm,
No.
initially, it was very, very conservative.
yeah.
So one this point also I have felt that whatever you are wearing, you have to see the crowd and the place accordingly. You have to decide. And one more thing for me is the dog menace.
Oh, yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I don't think that is only for women, but for me, so it is
Whatever.
definitely. So whether when I'm running, if dogs are there, either I will it will increase my pace, or I have to slow down, or most of the time I have to change my route. I
Yeah.
never take chance.
Also, the other concern is with the traffic kind of India just starting, the running culture is just booming now, and vehicles really don't know that there may be runners out there. And so that puts the onus on us that we are careful about when we are crossing the roads. They're really not expecting somebody running at junctions, especially. So the onus is on us that we don't use earphones. Be aware of the traffic, and
Yes.
yeah, as that's in the safety thing also. Like always aware if there are any footsteps coming very close to me. Uh, See, there should not be an element of surprise on the other person. He should not be able to surprise us. So yeah, our safety is first our responsibility. Yeah, that's earphones and running is a big no. And I
Very
often
right.
see runners doing that. But yeah, see, now after a vehicle hits somebody, you can put the blame on anybody, but ultimately you're the one suffering. It's your family that's suffering. So please be very wary of the traffic, because they're really not expecting you there.
But in Delhi, what I have noticed, there are some places
Hmm.
where vehicles, the people who are driving, they are very careful because they know that there will be
Huh.
people who are
Yeah.
running here, regular runners.
Hmm.
So I think slowly, this will
Yeah.
start happening in
Happening.
Vizag also. People will start realizing. Yeah.
Hopefully, because
And one more, like if you are running with headphones, so then you must be running opposite to the traffic, which is the
yeah, headphones or no headphones, always opposite to the
opposite to
traffic.
the
Yes.
traffic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chalo, thank you so much for throwing light on the challenges which we are facing, and I'm sure many of women must be facing these
True.
challenges. Okay, so Dr. Madhuri, how do you manage your running with your career, your family, and your parenting responsibility? How are you balancing them? And I
Yeah, I
think you have your clinic in the evening hours also.
no, I don't work in the evenings. Yes,
Okay, so
that's
you
one
work in the
thing.
morning.
Yeah, I just work till 5 max 5:30 in the evening. Because yeah, you have to have your priorities right. Earlier it was for the kids, kind of like I felt one of the parents should be at home in the evenings. My husband does full-time work. And yeah, to balance all this, I think the single trick is I sleep early. That ensures I wake up early, and by the time I'm done with my run, none of my family is actually woken up. So I can come back, and I do cook for my family because I
Exactly.
feel as a runner, it's very important you know what's going into your body. You have to be in control. You cannot expect a cook to use less oil, less salt,
True.
because all of us would agree that weight is a major thing that can decide your performance. It's less baggage you're carrying. So, yeah. And doing this activity early in the morning, I'm all ready for the day, kind of. Yeah, I've done this. I can face any challenge. Nothing feels tougher, kind of. So, the days I don't run, I am really a little irritable at work, and like I'm like stressed out easily. But the days I do runs, I'm like really calm, and it gets me going through challenges of. And yes, it inspires my kids. They are motivated, kind of with the discipline and effort we put into it, and so yeah, my biggest supporters and cheerleaders are my family. Yeah.
Oh, great. Good to hear that. And Commander Priya, how do you
Um,
manage?
I would totally agree with Dr. Madhuri. Early morning time is the best time. You do your run when everyone is sleeping, and you come back happy and joyful and ready for the challenges ahead. And one more thing I would like to, of course, ma'am also mentioned that support from family, especially your partner, is very much required when you do all these activities. Like my mother-in-law, my husband, they fully support me whenever I do my long runs, and whenever I have to go out of Delhi, out of my hometown, for runs and all. They fully support, so I'm blessed in that way, and I'm happy that I got to do my running thing with them.
No, no, I agree to that. What Dr. Madhuri also said, time management. What both of you are doing perfectly. The and support of the family. That is very, very important if you want to, if to be consistent. Because I've
Yes.
Yeah.
seen many people, they want to pursue, but there are ladies who can run only on Saturday, Sundays, because
Yeah.
weekdays it's not possible for them because they don't have enough support system.
Yeah. True.
So we are happy that you have good support system.
Thank you.
So, Commander Priya, what are your thoughts on safety during solo runs and races? I think this point we have already discussed earlier also. And have you ever faced any safety concerns while running?
Yeah, actually, there are, means as we discussed, safety concerns here, ma'am. So major thing is if you are going for early morning runs, then it's better to run in a group.
Group.
If before sunrise you are leaving home, which we have to do many times because of long runs and because of our work schedule and all. So, and I would also like to say that we should never follow same route or same route every day on everyday basis, so that if somebody is tracking you, it's unavoidable, it's avoidable, that is. And again, one more thing, don't wear anything valuable while you're going for early morning runs, like gold bangles or gold chains and all. I do not personally wear. So maximum means I of course carry my phone and all. Otherwise, this aspect will negate the possibility of any robbery or something. So I follow that, and we can also run in a enclosed proximity, like in a society and all, where it's a gated community and you are safe to run. The safety, of course, again, as Dr. Madhuri also said, it's our responsibility.
Yeah, I agree to you. And what about you, Dr. Madhuri? I
Yeah,
think,
mine usually my runs start only after 5:30 or 6. So by then you have walkers and joggers, everybody is up and about. And yes, I don't repeat my routes. Even the same days, I won't, like, say Tuesday route is not the next Tuesday route. It's always different. And yeah, I'm always looking out for any possible anybody around me tracking me or anything. Yeah, it's paranoia, but yeah,
no,
it's
it
better
is
to be
better to
safe.
be, yeah.
No, and if I have to start really early, it'll be around my house. It's not a gated community, but relatively safe. It's a residential area, and there are watchmen at every place. So even if I scream, it will scare the anybody who's trying to. So I will do multiple small loops around, and then go
Yeah.
on to further other areas. By when it's quite bright and
Vizag as such in the
it's not
east, so
very
sunrise is
it's yes,
early.
early, and it's relatively safe. Yeah.
Yeah, true. We
True,
agree
Hmm.
very
to
true.
that.
Yeah.
So it is common, like a carefully chosen route, and
Yeah.
if possible, run in the daylight or in the group
Group.
to
Yes.
avoid any such uncomfortable situation.
Situations. Yeah.
And in my case, I'm very lucky that my husband is also a runner.
Yeah.
So whenever I feel uncomfortable, or if I have to start early, so I drag him along. The only problem is that he has to run at my pace.
Which must be
So he
tough
has
for
to
him.
compromise. That
Yeah.
compromise he has to do. Okay. So Commander Priya, how do you handle running during menstruation? And any tips you can give to women runners who want to start but they have fear? This fear is always there. I've seen in ladies that what will, matlab, there will be break for 7 8 days.
Yeah.
So can you throw some light on this?
Kirti ma'am, you have asked a wonderful question, and I'm sure many lady runners out there would be happy to hear this, and we are happy to discuss it out here. So one must listen to her body, her or his body, and means if you're not feeling great, if you're feeling weak, then it's okay, take a break for 2 3 days and do light exercises, go for walks instead of jog. Nobody is means it's the world is not going to fall down. You will surely come back after a week or so and perform and perform well and do wonders. And easy exercises, I would say, for 2 3 days, and then listen to your body. It's very important because not everybody is same. So one may have physical problems, and the other runner might not experience those kinds of problems. And one more thing I would like to share here, that i uh, I think 5 years back I started using menstrual cup. So I can guarantee it's I can guarantee that it's a game changer. So after that, since last 5 years, I've been using menstrual cups, and I've been running ultra distances during my fourth or fifth day also. And there's no problem of rashes, and it's very comfortable, and of course it's environment friendly also. You are so much doing for your environment if you are switching to that. So my take on this is listen to your body and start using cups.
Yeah, I second that, Commander Priya, because I also do the same. I've been using a menstrual cup for the last 5 years. I think since 5 years I've been using, and it is very, very comfortable.
Very
It will
comfortable.
not stop you from that thing will not be in your mind that now how will I run the problem of
Exactly.
rashes and all. And Dr. Madhuri, how are you handling
Yeah, usually
these
I
things?
avoid yeah, menstrual cups is the thing to go to, or if you haven't, at least something cottony. Nothing the ultra dry, they you usually end up with rashes with that. Or period panties is a good idea too if you're heavy flow or you think the cup. You can use both the cup and the period panty in that case. And for me, I prefer to do long, slow distances, like kind of that works for me. But yeah, as Commander Priya said, listen to what your body is saying. You are not going to lose your gains in 3, 4 days. It's not going anywhere. And believe me, after those fifth day to the 14th day, you will be amazing at your paces because your estrogen is, it's giving you that push. And yeah, so don't worry about loss of 3, 4 days. Just be active. Just be active.
Yeah, do
I have
something.
run races, but I prefer not to do speed runs during my cycle. Yeah.
So,
Long and slow
okay,
distance.
so you basically go for your aerobic training
Yes,
during
yes,
those days.
yes.
Okay, so for all the women who are listening to us, so listen to your body. You can switch to menstrual cups. That is actually environment friendly, and they are very, very useful and very, very friendly. And you can go for aerobic slow training, or maybe you can walk for 1 or 2
Yeah.
days to stay
And
active.
if you want to rest, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
If you're not up to it, yes, please. If you're having a very heavy flow, yeah, like Commander Priya said, the world is not going to end. You're not going to lose all your training gains. Nothing is going to happen in 2 days. So yes,
Okay, right. Okay, Commander Priya, do you prefer running alone or with a group? I think I already know the answer, but still I want to listen from you.
Okay, as for my long, slow running, slow distance run, but long runs, I of course prefer to run in groups. And in Vizag also, I had wonderful company, including you. And of course, in city also, I had many good friends. And in Delhi also, I'm a part of group, and we generally do long distance runs together. Even if it is half marathon, we do it together, and we call it buddy run or chit chat run.
Oh, so cute.
But of course, yes, if I have a goal in mind, and if I'm keeping a target, sometimes then I have to look at my pace continuously, monitor it. So I sometimes do it alone, and sometimes I seek help of a friend or co-runner also to help me pace. So
Oh,
it's not a sure short thing, but yes, I enjoy running in groups also, and I do my alone running also, solo
okay.
running.
And what about you, Dr. Madhuri?
I prefer to run alone always because I feel even for the slow runs, I feel you have to run in your zone, and I'm like very, very talkative. Anybody who has met me and run with me for a bit will know that like I talk a lot. I'm talking so much about running when I run. So yeah, that takes like a 10% increase in my heart rate would be because of that. So any day I prefer to run alone because really your pace and everything changes. Yeah, I'd like to stick to my zones of training and not follow anybody else. And of course, if you're doing tempos or short intervals, you'll have to do it alone. And it's the long, slow runs alone is kind of meditation for me. And this I'm reflecting so much on my life and what's happening. So yeah, I prefer to run alone.
Okay. This is a surprise for us that you talk a lot because
Yeah.
I've always seen you as a quiet woman.
Oh man, you have to
Okay.
shut me up.
No, no, no. No, no. Whenever we have met,
Yeah.
I've seen that you are very quiet, calm. And for me also, I sometimes I want to run in a group, but many a times I want to run alone. And of course, company helps. It encourages to push our limits, and and that competitive aspect of the group. It is a positive factor. But this is my experience,
Mhm.
and sometimes if I want to run alone, means I want to run alone. Even if my husband is running along, so I will tell him either you run ahead or behind. I don't, those footsteps then sometimes disturb me. So I want some runs, I want to run
Hello.
alone.
Yeah.
So I don't want anybody. Maybe it's like a meditation
Yes.
as Dr. Madhuri said, or you introspect yourself, or you plan for the day, and there are a lot of things which are going on, so you don't want anybody around.
Absolutely. Yeah, all the menu for the day and what I do after going home is all decided in that long
Yeah,
distances.
true. So actually, running is the time which it is me time when you can
Uh,
plan the whole day. Like early morning, you are running one for 1 hour. So 1 hour you can do a lot of things. So,
True.
so okay, for Commander Priya, what kind of support system you have had from your family, friends, or from the running community?
Yeah, as I think we have already covered this, that
Yeah.
yes, for my early morning runs before sunrise, I seek for my friends' help to help me in running. I mean, to help me to basically they give me the company, and support system from my family has to be there. Because sometimes for my long runs I am not there for breakfast also, so they have to manage and they happily do that. So I'm, again, I would say I'm blessed in that way. So
Chalo, great, great to hear that. And we have seen that also when you go for your outstation runs
yeah.
also. So your family is always there to take care of kids. And what about you, Dr. Madhuri?
Yeah, same. My family is not demanding at all. They don't demand anything, and usually I'm back by the time they're up. So and my kids are older. Like their one is she's finished her graduation. The one is entering graduation. So
Oh,
not much demands at home, and everybody is like very happy when I go out of station for it. They manage by themselves, and my husband does all the bookings and everything for me. I
oh,
don't do
great.
that. And yeah, and the running community also, whenever we plan a group outstation run, they book, we go as a group and then we come back as a group, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's like a festive family gathering, kind of a wedding when we go out as a group.
Yeah, I remember I saw you coming to Padedu in a
Yes.
big group
Yes.
in first edition.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
man, Paderi was so much fun.
yeah, I
And
think third
amazing
edition also
route.
you came in a group.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and you ran 50K,
yes, yes.
remember.
Mm.
So for me also, I think most all of you know that about the
Yes,
support system which I have.
yes.
And my husband, he is my coach, mentor, and guide. And family also, my kids are very, very supportive. And in fact, recently my daughter was but not well, so we
Mm.
couldn't sleep properly during night. So morning, she got up and she asked me, "Did you go for your run?" I said
Mm.
no. She said, "I'm really sorry, Mama, because of me, you could
Oh,
not go for your."
oh,
Now this
so
is in the
sweet.
routine. They know that this is an important part of their day schedule.
Mm.
So now they realize, I think they have
Mm.
seen us for the last so many years, so they know that how important it is for
Yes.
us. So it is very, very important to have a good support system. Otherwise it is
Mm.
very difficult to be consistent. So
Ah.
the good that all of us have got that good support system. And okay, Commander Priya, how do you approach your training plans, consistency, and motivation?
okay, as you just mentioned, that consistency is the keyword.
Yeah.
You have to show up, you have to do it daily basis. Okay, I'm not saying daily means not literally daily, but you have to be consistent whatever you are aiming for. As I would say, there is no escalator to success, but only steps. So one step at a time you have to take to reach a goal, so if, even if you are tired, just show up, be consistent. Even if yeah, of course there are many issues like time is a major concern for us women runners, especially working mothers and all. But yes, even if you don't feel like, just be consistent. You have to do it. Nobody actually wants to train on a daily basis. मन नहीं करता है बहुत बार उठने का मॉर्निंग में. And in Delhi, you would appreciate, ma'am, there is extreme summers and extreme
Extreme.
winters. In winters,
Mm.
you just don't feel like getting up. but then you have to be consistent if you want to perform better every day. And I would also like to say that you are your own competition. Means you're not you should not compete with anybody else. You have to perform better than what you are doing today. Tomorrow you have to do better than that. So consistency, I would say, is it plays a major role in any aspect of the life, be it running or anything else.
And what about you, Dr. Madhuri? How do you
So
go
for
about
me,
your training, your training plans, and
yeah, really am a big fan of structured training. Kind of don't no workout should be done just as it. There should be a purpose for every run that you do, every strength training, and it should beautifully blend and give you the desired results. Even rest day in that case. So I don't have time to make my own structured training plan. So I always had a coach. Earlier I was training with Ashnath, and now I'm training with Runners 360. Deepa Naik is my coach. She was the fastest woman at Boston this year, fastest Indian woman at Boston this year. So, yeah, so when they give me a plan, kind of then I go by it, whatever they say. And strength training is absolutely important, especially for women, because after 30, we tend to start losing muscle more than men. And once you hit perimenopause, like what you do between that 35 and 45 years is decides how you'll be till 80. So yes, running eats away on your muscle if you don't strength train. It's cardio at the end of the day. So all that impact, you need to have a proper strength training program in place and rest. And yeah, consistency is the key. Do something. If you can't do 1 hour, do 20 minutes, but do it. Don't give
Very
it a
true.
complete break. There are so many things. See, sometimes I just do some core exercises at home just before dinner, just after dinner, if I don't. So that core training, flexibility, strength, flexibility, mobility, strength, and the run, actual run. And for me, I think after 5, 6 years into training, what I realized was the most important game changer for training is sleep and weight. So earlier, I was into a lot of, I was training 5, 6 hours a day, and I would wake up, have like 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and that was totally wrecking me. And I'm glad I realized it sooner than later that it doesn't work that way. You can reduce your workout, but your sleep should be proper. I need 6 hours of sleep. Somebody might need 7 or 8 hours. But yes, unless you sleep and recover well, you're not going to perform well. So yeah, in short, that's
yeah, it
how
is
I
very
approach training.
I
so.
Yeah,
agree.
and when I'm in a training schedule, I eat clean. And I've been through multiple injuries because some of overtraining, and I have back issues. I had back surgery last year. So in when I don't work out, it's really difficult to stick to clean eating. You tend to choose the wrong foods. But when you're consistently training, you're mindful. Like all the effort that you put into training goes down the drain with some bad meal choice. I won't say one, a few bad meal choices. Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree that a proper plan is very very important, na. And it keeps you,
Mm.
that plan keeps you motivated also, that you have
Yeah.
to get up early morning if the plan is ready.
Mm.
So it helps
Mm.
you to be motivated, and then you go ahead accordingly. I agree to you. And sleep, of course, is very very important. For 6 to 7 hours of sleep is very very important. Maybe if for 1 or 2 days you can skip, but later it will show on. It will show on
Yes.
it will show on in your performance or on your mood.
Yeah.
So it will reflect somewhere or
Reflect.
the other. So okay, so Commander Priya, have you ever faced any societal pressures or bias in your running journey? And how did you
Um,
navigate it?
Not really, not really. I would say that I've been lucky to not face. And as I already mentioned, that you are your own competition. You need not to compete with others. They have their own life and own journey. Everyone has their own journey. So one must perform better, that they can perform means, better than yesterday what we are doing today. So not really, I've not faced any pressure, and I go with easy mindset. Of course, I make certain goals, and I have my certain priorities, and which I try to conquer, but I do not compare my runs with others. I would say that that is the key for me.
Okay. And what about you, Dr. Madhuri? Any societal pressure or
Not
bias?
really. Uh, Luckily, no. Actually, we have a positive bias, I think, as women, we can win easily. You can easily get a podium when compared to a man your age, probably. Yes, of course, it's to get that effort is difficult as a woman, but yeah, we have a little bias in that. And even everybody, like my relatives, my mother-in-law, will proudly tells about me to all the relatives, and like she ran so much and all that. So not really. I haven't faced. I would like to add though on what Commander Priya said is like, yes, we don't compete with anybody, but it's not possible to be the same as you age too. You can't be better than
Yeah,
yesterday every day. So you
right.
might maintain, or sometimes you might, age might catch up with you. But the thing is, you can give the effort. 100% effort you gave yesterday, give 100% today also. That is in your hands. Result, don't be too carried away
Yeah.
or too fixated on a pace. It takes away the joy of running sometimes. So, yeah, did you give in your best? Is all that matters. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, consistent effort. Yeah, that's in our hands. And yeah, after a while, when you age, I think you realize that, man, I should be able to run. That's more than enough. Yeah, yeah, होता है, races happen, सब होता है, but
Right. Well,
the end of the day, being able to go for a 5K whenever you want and clearing your mind is awesome
that is
feeling. That is
what is
might
important.
be like there was one of my friend would say like, tomorrow if you were going to die, if I'm able to run today, goal achieved. Yes.
Yeah, very nice. So I want to share something with you. There was an incident like in our hometown, very few ladies run. Actually, now
Mm,
also there are very few ladies who run. So when I started my running journey, so unfortunately, side by side, I was going through some gynec issue. So my HB came down to six grams.
Oh,
So
very.
and at that time I went to my hometown. So everybody like started relating it to my most of
Right.
my relatives to it is because of the running you have started. It is not, well, I tried to convince them, then I thought there's no point, so I just kept quiet for many years. I had gone through some surgeries and some treatments, biopsy and all, everything was done. And now by God's grace I'm perfectly fine. And in between I did not listen to anyone, and I was consistent. Maybe there was days when I was not running and I was going by the doctor. So and now many of those people have
mm.
also started this running journey.
Great.
This is so initially they were like, no, no, it is all because of the running you have started at this age. So now I'm really happy that many of my relatives they have also started, and they now they appreciate. No, say, and as you said, my mother-in-law, my mother, now they are very happy if I'm winning or if I'm finishing
Mm,
any run. So now they are very excited and very happily
Yeah, very
telling everyone. But initially there was little resistance.
mm.
So now, Commander Priya, what message would you like to give to the women who want to start running?
I would like to say that to know the benefits and to know about the joy running brings, you have to explore it to feel it. You have to explore it. So start running, and running has a major positive impact on all aspects of mental well-being. Your fitness gets improved, your sleep better, your stress levels would be reduced. So one has to experience it. Maybe it's running, of course, it's a theme of our discussion. Maybe means not everyone likes to run, so there are many other exercises also one can do, but running has given me, it keeps me humble also. It has given me immense opportunities to express myself, and it's a part of me. It's basically running, I can say, I can very proudly say that it's a ikigai for me.
Oh, good, great. And what about you, Dr. Madhuri? What message you want to give to the women?
Yeah, adopt some, like Commander Priya said, adopt some form of physical activity into your life. It's good for your mental peace and your family's peace, because if you are happy, they will be
Yeah.
happy. You need to be happy for them. And of course, running and everything. But if there was one single thing I would tell women to do, it would be strength training. Please do strength training. Muscle is the organ of longevity, and it's important for your running. It's important for your health. So please do lift. And
Okay.
some form of jump training, kind of like running is also, if you do a fast-paced run, it's kind of jump. That jumping impact strengthens your bones. I see so many women who are like, they just fall in the bathroom and break their bones because they have not taken any care of their health. They have not done any physical activity. It's not about how you look. So forget about body shape and all that. It's not about that. It's about how healthily you age as a woman. So even your hormone imbalances, everything gets set right with physical activity. So yes, please be physically active, because as there might be so many issues, challenges that you face, but if you land up in a health problem, that will be the only problem defining you. So please don't go there, and invest more time in your health.
Okay. And there is one
And yeah,
message. Sorry,
one more.
sorry. Yeah,
So
yeah, please continue.
as we can inspire others, like after my comrades, I got a lot of public appreciation, and I was feeling like the fastest Indian woman at comrades was a couple of hours faster than me. And why am I getting so much? Then I realized that she is an elite. So people will not get inspired looking at her. Because okay, वो professional है, हम नहीं कर सकते. But looking at somebody like me do it, I'm a regular woman. So if she can do it, we can do it too. I hope to spread that message, that people look at us, regular women like us, and take up running. So yeah, thank you. Sorry for
We,
interrupting.
we agree to you. And I also have a message, but I don't have a message for the women. I think
Uh,
women can start running only if they have a support system. So the message is for the men and the family around those women. So please encourage your sisters, your mother, your wife. So if that support system is not there, even a woman wants to run, will not be able to uh, pursue that. So my message is for the people around that woman. So
Very
thank you so
nicely said.
much. Thank you so much, Commander Priya and Commander Madhuri. It was great to know your wonderful journey. And now we have some
Thank you.
questions from our audience. So if you can throw some light on that. So first one, name is not mentioned. So this is how to run sub 2:30 full marathon.
So yeah, sub 230 would be a professional elite level thing, and it's better you take it up with a professional, you know. It's not, you can't take it off the net. It's not something you take as general advice. So you have to approach it at a whole 360 way to get there.
Okay.
It's
So
quite close
next,
to our like Indian record. So yeah.
yeah, I agree. 2:30
National
is,
record, yeah, national.
yeah. So next, Miss Bindu has asked this question, that how to make sure that our knees are not injured. Commander Priya, can you answer?
Dr. Madhuri also already mentioned it 2 3 times that strength training is the key. One has to do the strength training, and there are plenty of exercises for knees. So one has to do on a regular basis. At least even I have adopted this, that since last 2 years or so, even I am actively doing strength training, and I myself has seen the improvement in me. So strength training, I would say, is the key for good knees. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
for your running posture also plays an important role. Stretching after the run, warm up before the run, cool down exercises after the run. Some of the things one has to follow.
okay. So if Bindu is there, if she's listening, I hope she must have got her answer. And the same type of question is asked by Satyajit. So if Dr. Madhuri can add on something, I have got knee injury. How to restart my running journey?
Yeah, so whenever you're injured, it's important you take the recommended rest. Some kind of injuries, they require complete rest. Some of them require active rest, like you can cross train and keep your fitness. And swimming is one of the best cross
Yes.
training, which, it doesn't put any impact on anything. It maintains your cardiorespiratory fitness. Most of the injuries of running, they are also impacted during cycling. So you would want to be anything that doesn't aggravate the pain, you can do that in active rest. But there are some injuries which will need complete rest for a couple of weeks. So after that, you slowly start like a beginner. You start with 20 minutes and then keep adding that 10% every week. And in this weeks of rest which you have, you would want to strengthen your muscles, do that physio. Um, there is a lack of good sports physiotherapists in India, but yes, there is so much information out there. Yes, invest in a good physiotherapy and slowly get back. Start scaling from zero again. And trust me, it does come back in 6 months because I have been through multiple injuries. I even been through surgery last year. And within 6 months, I was able to run a full marathon with touchwood without any issues because you take the recommended rest, you do what's the rehab required, you strengthen and slowly progress. It's a
Okay.
and it's a misnomer that, like, many people feel running will they will degenerate your knees, and there's some studies which say that marathon runners knees are better than couch potatoes, than people who are obese,
Oh,
because
nice
your
to hear
muscle
it.
is yeah, your muscle is acting as that suspension. If your muscle is strong, it will take the impact of the joint. If your muscle is weak, the knee joint will take the impact. It's as simple as that. So please invest in a good strength training program at least 3 days a week. Yeah,
Okay. So strength training is the key. And plus,
absolutely.
as Commander Priya said, like knee strengthening exercises,
Yeah, nice.
particularly if somebody is
But,
facing a problem with the knees, so they can add on knee strengthening
mm,
exercises to their regime. So next question,
and
I think again for Dr. Madhuri only. Yashwant has asked, this is side effects of excess vitamin B12 shots in training, and he wants to know that what happens to our body at old age. So is this vitamin B12 and old age related? So can you throw some light on this?
Not really. So B12, any excess will get excreted. So that's not, we never get hypervitaminosis. Only ADEK will get stored if they're in excess. B12, when we excess, will go through, will get excreted. So you don't have to worry. But you don't need to supplement so much that, you're worried about overdosing it.
Excellent.
So you don't have to worry on that front. And as we age, the stiffness sets in, kind of. There's wear and tear of the ligaments and all. So what you can do again, it's strength training. So the muscle, it forms a ligament, tendon, and it attaches. And the ligaments are like, they are like those joints, nuts kind of thing. So if your muscle is strong, it will not let the impact reach any of the ligaments. The for And you can train your muscle at any age. And please listen to your body. Don't push through pain. No pain, no gain is stupid. There is, if there is some pain which comes and goes is fine. Pain that stays during rest has to be addressed. Why there is pain? Most often, what we don't realize is the problem is on one leg, and the second leg is taking the impact. It's trying to balance it, the weaker leg, and taking more force. So the pain will be on the normal leg. The weaker leg will not have any pain because it's not doing the work. So we need to address where the actual root cause of that pain, and address that pain. Most of the runners have very weak cores. They have tight flexors because we are sitting for 7-8 hours a day. So your hip flexors, so you would want the movement to happen at your hip and not at your knee. The power to be generated, the extension and flexion happening at your hip level and your takeoff at the ankle level. You don't actually want the knee to be working. So all this form and all comes when all your muscles, the entire muscle chain is fit and properly strengthened.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
yeah,
Dr.
as we
Madhuri.
age, we should focus more on strength
Strength.
and less on pace and distance.
Oh, got it. Okay, so next question is by Anil Kumar, and this is for Commander Priya. How to overcome the fear of chasing full marathon when it comes to long distance run? Basically, he wants that how to overcome the fear of chasing full marathon. I think you switched from half to full. Uh, yeah, you took very less time, so I think you are
Yeah.
the perfect person to answer this question.
Okay, so I'll be honest. I was training for half marathon when Amit sir mentioned that you will never experience the joy of running if you just continue doing half marathons. So that thing got stuck with me. In 2019, I switched to full marathon immediately after doing a couple of half marathons. But as I mentioned already, that there is no escalator to success, but only steps. Take a step every day. If you're comfortable doing 21K, prepare for it and go for 25K. Then next month or next week, depending upon how you felt during your 25K training run, you can go for 30K, and slowly and steadily you build up on it again with as means strength training and stretching and everything plays an important role. So you have to build up slowly and steadily, and you will surely do full marathon one day.
So, like gradually, you mean to
Gradually,
say
yeah.
gradually you have to do and add strength training to your
Definitely.
regime. And I think your body and your mind will start telling you now that you are ready.
And I would also like to mention that coach play an important role. So if you're not means if you're not experienced enough, hire a coach, discuss with experienced runners. It will surely impact. You can make a training sort of program, and I always means since last 2 years I'm having a coach, and of course it has really made a difference in my journey, I would say that. And again, especially before my ultra runs, the important ultra runs, I seek opinions of experienced runners who have already performed that ultra run, or who have already means experienced in that field. So I take their notes and build up my notes, and that's how I go for my runs and all. So
So Anil can also follow the same way. He can discuss with the people who have already finished their full marathons successfully, and then he can. Okay, thank you so much, Commander Priya. There's one question from he's 16 years, and he wants to know that he has already finished his 10K under 50 minutes, and now he's aiming for PB in 10K race. So what should be his weekly training plan and weekly mileage, he wants to know. So Dr. Madhuri, can you guide him? He has not
Oh
mentioned
yeah,
his name, he or she.
that's fine. Yeah, again, when you're doing paces like this, yeah, generally when we talk of some distance, at least you want to do that distance in the week. Say you're training for a full marathon, you want to do at least 50 kilometers weekly mileage. 10K, it is when you want a PB in a short distance, it will be more of speed work and less of mileage. You'll have to do, depends on the distance. Now, you want to do a marathon, the mileages will be different. Some people would want to go till 80 and 100 kilometers, but again, it is very specific to the runner. Some people perform well, more is not necessarily good. For 10K PBs, yes, definitely tempos and short intervals. He should be focusing on that. And I keep coming back to it, strength training, because the power is generated in your muscle. You need your muscle to be able to. He should do a lot of plyometrics, not the just the regular strength lifts. He should focus on a lot of plyometric training and core strengthening. Along with that, his run plan should include a lot of short intervals and tempo runs to get there. Might be 20 kilometers to 30 kilometers should do weekly mileage.
Okay, there's one more. He has also not mentioned his name. He wants to know that is there any special kind of tape or cream you use in doing ultras? So
Okay, I would say that I've been using Vaseline, not a cream per se, but Vaseline to avoid chafing and not basically not to get boils and all. And surgical tape is the one I keep it with myself always during ultra runs, of course.
okay, this
It helps
question
avoid.
was asked by Shailesh Kumar.
Okay.
So men would want to tape their nipples. Just the regular band-aid will do. Because nipple chafing and bleeding is very common in men, and women obviously chafe in all the places. So more than Vaseline, I feel Borolene does even better job because it is more thicker and consistent. Vaseline has worked perfectly, but in ultra distances, you would want to reapply after you've become very sweaty and it's gone.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
you
use
want to
Borolene.
reapply.
So
Yeah, it works better.
okay, great. So there's one more question from Sri Ram. What kind of food is good in the training session? Are these gels and energy powders good for the what? So basically, he wants to know about the gels and energy powders during the training session.
It
Yeah,
depends
I
from
train.
yeah, please, ma'am, go ahead.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
Dr.
So
Madhuri can start, and then later Commander Priya can add on.
Perfect.
so your training is just not for your paces, it is also for your nutrition and hydration strategies. So what some runners have done with dates, with salt, some runners need gels. There's so everything is acceptable. What works for you? I always use gels because I feel I don't have issues, but some runners have gut issues with too much gels. But again, coming to that, in ultras, after you've been through 5, 6 hours, your body will not accept gels. You need to look out for solid foods at that time. Boiled potatoes. Sometimes we have chips and coke in ultra runs because that gives you that caffeine and the salt and the carb. So yeah, decide what you want to eat. Nothing new on race day. So all your long runs should focus on the gear you're using, the creams you're using, what hydration you're going to use, what are you going to mix in the hydration. Are you going to use gels? Are you going to use dates and stuff like that? What your pre-run meal is going to be. So ideally 3, 4 hours before you want a solid meal, 1 hour before you would want something lighter, and you want to keep sipping throughout on some kind of electrolyte mix throughout till the race starts. And for paces, sometimes 10 minutes before, some people would want to eat a gel. And gel would be recommended every 30 to 40 minutes, and in very fast runners, every 20 minutes, depending on the gel you're using. They give the recommendation on what time you're supposed to have it. So you're looking at somewhere between 60 to 80 grams of carb per hour. Yeah.
Okay.
Commander Priya, can you add on to this?
Yeah, actually, it depends from person to person. As Dr. Madhuri also mentioned, that means personally, I don't use gels. I don't take all these gels, and basically, my gut it doesn't suit my gut. I had tried it in past, but I had digestive problems. So even in my borders, also 160 kilometers, I ran with dates, black salt, and bananas. So exactly in my training runs, I use bananas, dates, and black salt. Sometimes, of course, chips and all do wonders. So, as I mean, so of course, whatever as Dr. Madhuri, I would surely agree that nothing should be new on your race day. You have to try it, and basically जो आपने पहले training runs में खाया है, sweet
Yeah.
potato or normal boiled potatoes, you have to repeat that. I personally don't use gels, but it doesn't go with my digestive systems. But many people, I've seen many people using it, and they get benefits. So it's good to go for them.
So I totally agree that we have two ultra runners with us, and for both the nutrition is different. So matlab, whatever suits one person may not suit the other person. So whatever
Exactly.
you are eating, whatever is suiting you during your training runs, you should stick to that during your race days. So that this is the, I think, the gist. And one more, Govind Pandey wants to know that her sister is a beginner and wants to know how to keep motivated for solo runs. I think Dr. Madhuri can answer this. How to keep motivated during solo runs.
Yeah, think of something nice, go to a happy place, and let the thoughts come and go. Uh, After a couple of runs, you will not need any motivation. You will enjoy it. The solo runs are the best runs for you. Think of something that's been bothering you or something you want to do. Visualize things, might be race day, or how your day is going to be, or how the coming few years in your life. Think on something like that, and it just keeps you going. Yeah.
Okay.
Think of all the possibilities that running would open up for you.
So Govind's sister, I think, can start tomorrow onwards after listening to all this. So, okay, one more is there. From Harsha. How to motivate my mother? She is 62 years to take up running and training. Commander Priya, can you
Go
elaborate?
easy, go easy. I think she should, ma'am should start first with walks. Brisk walks would also do wonders, and then slowly and steadily. Again, I would come back to that. Slowly and steadily she can do. And as a beginner runner, means I also had one injury, and after that, I remember I was not able to run even for 1 kilometer. So I used to run or jog for 800 meters, and then 200 meters I used to walk. So I also build up, means everyone would have their share of stories. So just slowly and steadily build up on it, and you
Yeah,
will
and
be
I think
achieving.
she should listen to her body. I think her
Exactly.
body only will tell her that how to go. Maybe run, walk. She can start with the walks
Yeah,
and then
brisk walk.
run, walk, and gradually she can increase along with the little bit of strength training, which suits her age and body.
There's a lot
Okay.
of resistant band training. Body weight training is enough. She actually doesn't have to lift weights or dumbbells, but body weight training is good enough. And she should think of how inspirationally she's going to be to her grandchild.
Oh
That
God.
should motivate her to, take up running, and how her children and grandchildren will look up to her when she does something. It is possible at any age. And yeah, you look at Milind Soman's mom, she's
Yeah.
80 and she's running, uh, beautifully running.
Okay, so I think all of us have ran Altright Paderu.
Hmm.
So can you
Yeah.
throw some light on that? That how you can you tell us about your experiences? Priya, can you?
Yeah, I was in the first edition of Paderu Run. I ran 25 kilometers, and I must tell that it is means my first trail run in first trail run, and it was wonderful. Means running in a trail, running on a trail, and in a forest full of trees and greenery brings so much joy, and it's so means the fresh air, the calmness of the jungles out there, means actually was very mesmerizing, I would say. I would really would like to go back and run Paderu again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this year 100K probably will be there, and you can start preparing for that. And what about you, Dr. Madhuri? I think you have
Yeah,
ran two, three editions.
I ran three editions, two were 25 and one was 50. And I remember 25 was my first trail run. And I wore my old shoes thinking that it's a trail and they'll get spoiled. And they had no grip. And I was like, I didn't even know that you had to wear special shoes for trails. Your road shoes wouldn't work. And I fell so many times in that trail run. And but it was an amazing route. It's a run, like especially the 25, where even it comes in all three distances, I think. It's through the clouds. You are actually running through the clouds, and it's an amazing route. Challenging, yes. Vanjangi Peak, I think everybody would
Yeah,
have
it is
Yeah.
very, very
cursed.
challenging.
Why am I doing this? I mean, it's not the ascent, but the descent that really
Descent.
breaks you, kind of. But the best part is the finishing is always downhill. So it takes off everything. Yeah, it's a challenge, beauty, and it's very well marked and very
Yeah,
well
very.
supported. Yes. So trails, your major thing is you'll miss the route. So that's not there with Ultra Pader. Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree.
Mm.
For me also, Paderu 50K was the best for my first and the best trail run.
Uh-huh.
It was beautiful. That especially that Vanjangi Hill
Yes.
was very, very challenging, but at the same time, beautiful trails.
Mhm. Yeah.
And marking, of course,
Yeah,
many,
was
I think
fun.
few people lost their way, but lucky, I was lucky enough to reach all the cutoffs in time. And it was really, and best part was the training. When we
Yeah.
were training for that Ultrite Paderu, I really miss those days. We
Mm.
were running on the trails at Dolphin Hill. Those we were
Yeah,
climbing
very
chairs
true.
and
Yeah.
all, and we went in a big group,
Big
naval
group.
group. So it was real fun.
It's always the journey which is very important. Of
Yeah,
course,
Absolutely.
destination would be good if you're enjoying your journey. Journey
Mm.
is the most important aspect.
yeah. And I think Commander Priya, did you run Vizag half marathon? I think you have transferred out when it was started.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
I
what
was
command?
transferred.
I think Dr. Madhuri
I
had.
have run three
And what
editions,
was
yes.
your experience? Because it was
Yeah,
also a very, very different route.
very different route through the zoo. And it was challenging too. And at that time of the year, it's in October, right? So the
Yeah,
weather is
October.
challenging too. But again, Vizag is a beautiful place where you have road between the hills and the beach. You
Yeah,
would never get that anywhere else. Like kind of, you
very
don't
true.
have to go anywhere for. It's the most amazing route and challenging in the sense it's rolling and the humidity. So I always feel I'm fortunate to be training in Vizag because if you run here, you can run anywhere. I feel
Very true.
Very true, and it is you get everything
good
in
thing. Yes,
Vizag, whether you
yes.
are training for elevation or it is a flat route. So everywhere is everything is there. So
Mm.
and you get to run along the beach. That is the best part. So and Vizag half marathon. So the distance which you cover inside the zoo,
Zoo. Yes,
that is beautiful.
yes.
So you can see, I think, zebras and
Yeah.
giraffes are
Yeah,
on the
very.
way.
It's a very unique concept.
Yeah,
I've
it is
never
unique.
heard that it's in whole India. I think it's only in the Vizag which is happening inside the zoo.
Yeah, and we were lucky enough to get the permissions to
Missions.
run
Yeah.
inside the zoo. So it was really nice to have your beautiful stories, and you have shared a lot your how you go about your trainings. And I think the key point which all of us and the audience should keep in mind is the strength training. Running cannot go long without strength training. And one point I want to add for my audience is that one thing which is common among all three of us is that we started quite late.
Yeah.
We we started, I think, when we were in our 30s, and after
Late
that,
30s.
Late
yeah,
30s.
all of us started. And so there's no age bar, there's no age to start anything. So now we have one more inspiring lady with us, Harsha's mother, who wants to start at
Yes,
62. So if
yes,
she can do, I think anybody can do
yes.
with little bit of support system.
Hmm.
So thank you, Dr. Madhuri and Commander Priya. It was real. It was wonderful session. I think all of us have benefited from this talk. And for my audience, if you have not, please subscribe to vtra.run and follow VTRA on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Vizag Trail Runners. So thank you, VTRA, for
Thank
giving
you,
us
ma'am.
this opportunity. And
Thank
thank
you
you,
so much.
both of you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you for
And this
getting us on.
recording will be available on YouTube if you want to share with anyone. And if anybody has any question, can approach VTRA, and our wonderful guests will definitely later also they will answer your questions. Thank you
Definitely.
so much.
Definitely. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank you.